and welcome back to Billy Host Sports. This weekend's Saratoga Racing card strong. The Grade 1 Diana and the Grade 2 Bowling Green Stakes are coming up this weekend. We're going to review those as part of this Saturday's Late Pick 5 video, but if you want a more in-depth analysis, check out the preview video I released on those two earlier this week. The next Split the Pot draw for contest seekers is going to be for next weekend's Haskell Stakes Day. There will be multiple contests. Check the description for details. Set your notifications so you don't miss any of the videos because you never know when I'm going to spin that wheel. So just subscribe and leaving a comment will get your name in the draw, but you always need to be smashing that like button. Very much appreciated. It goes a long way supporting the channel. Hashtag BHS in your comment kind of helps promote things too. So we're going to make a pair of Pick 5 tickets because if you watched my preview video, you know those two races have a very, very chalky, heavily favored horse in it that you could possibly single for two legs there, but it would make things very chalky. So I'm going to try to do something a little bit different. But you tell me in the comments, if which one of the two singles of the Diana and the Bowling Green you would try to beat, and tell me who and why. So let's get started with race number 8. Let's take a look at the past performances. We're going 1 3/8 on the inner turf. This is the Bowling Green, so we're not going to spend too much time on it, but I will skim over the horses. The number 1 starting over. Rail post hasn't been that great. You can see post position 1 has poor win percentage on this inside track. Pay attention to where they put the rails because they move the rails around a lot on the turf to preserve it as best as possible. Sometimes that makes a difference. But this one hasn't competed well when stepping up, so I'm going to pass on that one. El Razine, if you remember the video, I kind of think is a sleeper, 8-1 morning line odds. Pletcher and Irad seems to like the inner turf at Saratoga. The maiden breaker was good at 12 furlongs, then won at this distance next out. So raced up against a good horse in Hershey, who lost a close one there in the 2025 debut. So all signs point to this being a candidate to use if you want to try to beat the chalk. And number 3, Tawny Port. And if you watch the video, just really disappointed with some of the efforts. Earning a Brisnet figure of 100 in this Sycamore, and you lost by almost 8 lengths. I mean, what good is that speed figure to me? I mean, 106 speed figure. I guess that was right on the lead. But Get Smoking ran a super. I mean, that's why turf numbers, speed figures are not always usable as well as the dirt numbers are. So Tucson is the next one. I will pass on that one. Got killed in the Manhattan. Did run off 3 straight, so that's kind of an interesting thing. But beaten by 25 lengths in the Grade 1 Manhattan. Too many better horses here. Web Slinger is one of them. Web Slinger, absolutely my candidate to upset, 7-2. So this one comes from way behind, and did so in the Eclipse, which was on the all-weather track. I don't know how well that'll translate to coming over to the inner turf, but you can see the inner turf at Colonial going 1.5 miles, almost got her done there, and that was on the lead. This is a horse that can be a little versatile when needed. So if it's a kind of a slow opening pace, don't be surprised if he comes a running. I mean, those plus numbers in the second call are pretty huge. So Web Slinger in there. That's just kind of a gut call too. Harrow, I thought was ranked too high for some reason. I don't see where, raced versus one races versus much weaker on different tracks. I don't know what the Garrison racetrack in Barbados looks like, but I know Kentucky Downs is a weird configuration. That's a win there. A lot of times when I see horses do well at different tracks like that, and then not so much, going up against tougher horses, no thanks. Farbridge, what can you say? Obvious use. Now in the Pick 5 tickets, I probably will go ahead and use Farbridge in both tickets because it's possible that, it's not going to be uber chalk like 4-5 or worse. So hopefully not. Number 8, Corruption, could be usable. I mentioned in the previous video, lost a real close one to Farbridge right down here by a neck, and then won next out, and then went up against Deterministic and Integration. So those are some tough cookies. So this horse has got a chance to do some upsetting at 5-1 as well. Of course, the rest of them are main track onlys, so all bets are off if it's pulled from the turf. But I doubt they pull it. I don't see the weather. I mean, it would have to be a major weather event. So ticket 1, we're going to single the 7, but the ticket number 2 is going to have some other horses in it, like El Razine, like Web Slinger, like Corruption. So let's move on to race number 9. Get after it. And this one is 1 1/8 on the turf. And we're going to start off with a couple of Chad Brown. Going to try not to screw this up, Big Ed. I've gotten thrown off by these coupled entries here. You can see these are post positions 11 and 12, even though they're 1 and 1A. So make sure you pay attention to a couple entries like that. So this one but they're both very good horses for Chad Brown, and Chad Brown on the turf. I have some actually a bit of a disturbing trend that I'll bring up here in a little bit on Chad Brown. So stick around for that. But the Manila third place jersey, I mean, just running really strong. Move to gold. Debt limits, another good one. Really, really strong figures, back-to-back wins, up and comer. So this one's a must use for me because you get two for the price of one. Be of Courage is not one I'm probably going to use on the ticket. Competitive, and Pregman is a good mid-tier type trainer. Turfers, mostly state breds, but I'm not going there. Taraj, Bill Mott, just hot fire right now. 27% shipping to the U.S. So that's that's a big figure. I don't know what that is entailing. 18 starts, so that's still pretty good. Not a big sample size, but a little bit. Junior Alvarado really improving. Just really seems to have boosted his confidence, getting a Kentucky Derby winner under his belt. He's really coming along strong. He's winning at a 20% clip. Not so much as he's not as good on the turf, but I'll trust him here. And I normally don't like off more than a year, but something to do with this horse just being a really, really good like a grade, like that's a group 3, grade 3, has a group 3. I call that a graded stakes right there, and that's a win. So that kind of leads me to believe it's got a shot. Navy Seal, I like this horse too. Wesley Ward, it can't go wrong there. Well bred for the grass, close to fourth, way too far back at the turn, but I think can get there on under the right trip. Victor Espinoza riding. Gilded Kraken, no thanks, 30-1. Couldn't hold off the closers last time out. Outside post in the last race wasn't very good either, but you got to take some stands, and I'm going to go against here. Too much early speed. I like a little bit of more. I like more closers and stalkers on turf. Obvious reasons. Most people should. I mean, now if you're out west at Santa Anita, where it's sandier, or Gulfstream, where it's sandier, front runners tend to get their way a little bit more. But we'll pass. Passing on Classic Creation as well. We're going Ramblin' Wreck. 12-1, doesn't have a win on the surface. Not so good this far in 25. Maybe a flyer for exotics. Just hit and miss. It's like almost gets a win by a neck, almost gets a win by a neck. So decent enough to use in exotics, I'd say. But Bulldoze is another one I will be waffling on a little bit. I think he's in one ticket, but not the other. Rapoli Stables, Todd Pletcher, they think enough of this one to put him in here today. So it's because he's just 3 years old. I believe most of these horses like 5, 5, 5, 4, 4. He's a 3-year-old going against older horses for the most part. I don't know if there's any other 3-year-olds in here, but Pletcher thinks enough of him to put him there. So 20-1 is a great price, morning line odds, and does have some talent. Broke the maiden at 1 1/8 at Gulfstream, and just a deep closer. But Saez getting the second chance to ride this time on the turf, so that could make a difference. So I'll give him a shot. Number 9, then shown improvement in 2025, 91 speed fig in the maiden win, and back-to-back show tickets, not bad. Could appreciate this added distance, so I'll probably have interest in that one too. Common Defense, not so much, but McPeak is moving this one. Former Derby trailer to the grass. Breeding definitely points to the turf. Back in 2024, he was running against like Mystic Dan at Oaklawn Park. He was in there with Timberlake at the fairgrounds. So he's done all his training this year on the dirt. So who knows? As far as I know, I'm sure the horse has been on the turf sometime in form or fashion, but none of these workouts they're all dirt. So not really sure what to think there. Better lucky than good. You better hope so. Miggy Clement, Dylan Davis, 6-1 morning odds. Top ranked horse in prime power. Something to be said about consistency. The same jockey, similar conditions. Second off the layoff, should be better. Brandon the Kingston and closed to fourth. Had brushed to the gate and checked up. Really had a tough trip there. So the rest of them are main track onlys. So part of my pick 5 strategy is to take these larger fields. I mean, we may not keep all 11 horses, and I may need to adjust on the fly, but I'm going to go like 6 deep here. And I'm going to use the 1, and I'm going to get 7 horses. So I'm going to use that coupled entry, the 1, then the 3 Taraj, the 4 Navy Seal, and then the 8, 9, and the 10, or no, it's going to be 11, I believe. I told Big Ed I wouldn't screw this up, but I think I just did. So it's definitely going to be the 8, and definitely going to be the 9, and it is going to be the 10. I remember talking about McPeak, so I left out the 11. So I am going to use the 10 as a longer shot, just taking a crack at a maybe they got this horse. I like this sire, Caraconti. Whoops. And I think that's a pretty good Japan sire that's led to a few decent turf horses that I've noticed. And you can see whenever you see this many different high percent jock, I like Carmouche a lot. So if he's ready, Kenny McPeak should have him ready. I like the bullet work leading in. So we're going to use the 10. So it's going to be 1, 3, 4, 8, 9, and 10, 6 deep. Now I will chop some of those out for the other ticket because we're going to use a few more in leg one. So stay tuned for that. And let's jump over to race number 10. And we are going 7 furlongs on the dirt this time. So a little dirt action for you. WNL 30-1 might improve third off the layoff and cut back to the sprint, but this guy won the grade 2 Remsen back as a juvenile several way down here. Look, Remsen way down here won and I don't remember the name of the horse by any means. I guess probably just a fluke, one hit wonder. I don't know, injuries or whatever, but went to the Sam F. Davis and then got killed. Florida Derby got killed. So they said no thanks on the Derby trail. Then dropped him in for a claimer tag and got the win. So been hit and miss since then and really not good results. The form's terrible. No thanks. 24 Mamba, I think, might be slightly outclassed here. Has some good results for Tom Morley. Been around a while. Competes versus Optional Claiming Company. Might add some value. That stumble at the start cost him on June 13th. Definitely because he got way behind. So if you like Kobe and the 24 Mamba, I wouldn't argue with you, but I'm not going to use it. Now, Little Knee, I will. I really like this effort. I know it's been more than 8 months off, but Cassie just knows how to get him ready. He took over last summer, tried the Jerkins, and just didn't do well at all. And then said, well, let's see what it'll do on the turf. And ran pretty decent in the stakes race at Aqueduct to close the season out. But going back, dropping in class, good distance for the horse. Had multiple wins and almost beat Bookham Dano. This Jersey Shore, I mean, it was neck and neck the whole way down, and then it ended up being a nose finish. Little Knee was winning the race. I mean, really just a heartbreaker, really, at Monmouth on the Jersey Shore. So coming up on the anniversary of that, so we're going to take Little Knee off the shelf with Jose aboard. Maybe gets in there. General Partners are used. One of the few Chad Brown horses that have won recently. I'll get to that in a few. But the ran second to Timberlake in the Champagne as a juvenile. Raced just once at 3, won an allowance race at the Spa. Looks like it took him a couple starts to get going, but his winning effort, 103 speed figure, going 7 furlongs in the slop. This one looks really strong, so we're definitely using that one. Scotland is one that I can't figure out. I call him I was calling him down here when he was up running toward the lead, sort of similar. I don't know why I lumped him in with Saudi Crown, but probably because they raced against each other down here in the Pennsylvania Derby. But he didn't do much of nothing there. But been consistent since then. You can see gets off close to the lead. The Cherokee to close it out in December was a nice win. So cutting it back to 7 could easily win this race. So I can't throw him out. Lightman, third in the 2025 debut behind Baby Yoda. Has some stakes experience and solid speed figures. Just couldn't get to him here. Illuminare, and that's Todd Pletcher, Louis Saez. I thought the class looked pretty good there. Just no shot in the Mr. Prospector. Won the first 2 starts at 7. I think just maybe likes Saratoga, likes that distance at Saratoga. I can't ignore the fact that he won back-to-back races, running improved figures at this distance. So coming off the shelf, if he could pop this 89 again, I think that'll be just fine. Running Son of a Gun, sired by Gunrunner, 8-1, tons of early speed. Banged heads with similar company at Saratoga last summer. Probably some inflated numbers at Aqueduct. He got bumped out of the gate and blew the brake. So in the last one, a 101. I mean, when you lose by 6 lengths, I have to ignore a 101 speed figure. I know you ran super high coming out of the gate, but you got to be able to close it out. So we'll go How Great Is Nate. Stone closer. Led in his last race, so I'll give him a pass on that. The Army Mule is the race that I watched, and he closed from deep to get third behind a couple of good sprinters. I think it's going to take a bit of a pace meltdown to get him there, but I think he can get there. I think it's definite exotics to use. 20-1 is worth the risk, so I'm going to use him. And number 10, Concrete Glory, story time. Really screwed me over here in this, and I'll have to say it again. That's the Maryland Sprint. we don't get. I don't know if I mean I'm sure there are 150K maiden races, but that's not what this was. It was a stakes race that was won by a Booth going away. But they decided, okay, this is what they did. Trainer Saffie Joseph Jr. The horse lunges to the right, I think, out of the gate or something, so that he had the brilliant idea to blind him in that one eye so it wouldn't distract him because he sometimes breaks outwardly. So the dipshit horse got distracted and turned his head the other direction and was trying to see. And then when the gate opened up, he got his neck caught on the gate and he was completely unprepared, reared up, and had to be pulled up. So I got screwed out of some money that day. And then in the True North, he was on the inside rail and blasted off like a rocket ship out of the gate. I know it was only a -7 opening call, but it was a 22-second opening quarter in the slop, and he was humming. And then just really folded up down the stretch. But I mean, Bookham Dano, Mulligan, Crazy Mason, all those horses really ran hard for 6.5 furlong race. So he's going to get a little bit of relief, or no, going stretching out a little bit here. Has won 7 furlong race there. I mean, has some wins. Nice 102. I know it was a little bit cheaper, but Concrete Glory could surprise us here and at a good price. So I was just going to immediately toss him because of that May 17th Pimlico debacle, but I got to give him another shot here. So we're going to use Concrete Glory. Number 11, Charlie's Gift, just outclassed. So, excuse me. Going to reach out with a. So I'm going to spread very deep here, taking a shot at one of these 20 to 1, 10 to 1s, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, and 10, which is, I believe, Little Knee, 3, 4, General Partner, 5, Scotland, 7, Illuminaire, 9 is How Great Is Nate, and 10 is Concrete Glory. So I'll chop a few of those out in a separate ticket that we'll get to now. Race number 11, Diana Stakes. And this one is not going to be as negotiated as the other one. She Feels Pretty is just, you can see these. She Feels Pretty is facing better horses probably than Farbridge is, but She Feels Pretty is that much better than these horses, I think. So she's still going to remain on both tickets. She's going to remain the lock because I don't think we've seen the best yet. Now, I will caveat this. I heard on another podcast, can't recall, that yielding turf, and she fought very hard to get past Beach Bomb. So if you think that took anything out of her, then go against her and completely fade her from the pick 5 ticket and hope that she doesn't get it done. Because I still think even with a less than stellar effort, she's still going to get back up. I think that she has plenty of time off, well over a month. So I think she'll be recovered just fine. So she's going to be the single, even though I love Choiza and some other horses. So it's going to be Lady Excellent Truth, Choiza, Dynamic Pricing, Be Your Best. I don't think Be Your Best can win, but I think Dynamic Pricing, you're not going to get a good price on this race at all. What I think maybe could happen with these horses is the Dynamic Pricings, the Excellent Truth, Chad Brown, Flavian Pratt, and then you have Choiza might get some attention, but Choiza might be your best value on the board because I think she didn't like the yielding in the Just a Game. So if it's firm and fast, she's gonna really like that. So might be worth using her somewhere along the way. But we're gonna go with She Feels Pretty as the lock here, and then we're gonna move on to race number 12. Your final race on the card. Number 1, Regalton, 8 to 1, debuted on the all-weather track at 5, was chasing Luna Luska, got flat loose on the lead. Talk about Luska. Luna got Luska on the lead. I wish I would have thought of that sooner. But anyway, she actually wired him in this race and got out to about 6 lengths ahead of Regalton chasing. And Luna Luska won her next race after that. So pretty strong second place finish on the all-weather. So maybe if she does take to the turf, could be dangerous. Has been off on a slight break. So number 2, Tater Tot, probably not going to get there. Went 6 furlongs on the Gulfstream Park. Got beat 9 lengths. I don't like that, getting beat that bad, even though it was a 3rd place finish. So I'm going to pass. Whenever I see as many negative dots as I do positive ones, I tend to say no thanks. My Divine Spirit, I think, is going to be a fade for me, even though it's Chad Brown, Flavian Pratt on the turf. I'll go against the first-time starter here. And my Chad Brown stat. So I noticed Brown's win percentage down at the Spa in 2025. So far, he's had 48 starts at the Spa and only won 6. So he's winning at a 12% clip at the Spa. Three of those horses were the greatest stakes horses, like Zulu Kingdom. One of them was General Partner. They were all very heavily favored horses. So just maybe stick with that theme if you see a heavy favorite. But I'm not going to take that one. She Wants War is one that can definitely be used. Just really had some struggles and growing pains, we'll call it, because she should have won this race. She was on the lead down the stretch and then flopped back to the lead, the inside lead, and you could tell she really compromised her late, and she got caught by a half length, and then came out and rated a little more and looked a lot better in the turn and hit the stretch for home in first, but just couldn't handle the pace. Was a little bit faster pace. You can see +11, +8. So just got kind of tired going to 5.5 furlongs. So going to try that again, but I have a good feeling that the third start, she's probably going to be in a lot better shape. Leslie Ward, number one prime power. What can you say? Sonia Henney uh, just got killed by 17, hasn't shown anything at all. Pass. Girls Rock finished ahead of She Wants War in that fourth place finish there. So got to give her a shot. Second with Vittoria Board, gets IRAD this time. So really knocking on the door since the switch to turf for Whit Beckman. So got to give her a shot too. So number 7, Fast Market, got a little ambitious, not even a maiden win yet, and tried the Appalachian, got beat by 10, and then took a break, came back, tried the maiden again, got pulled off the turf, got beat by 8. Pass. Hidden Agenda, Christopher Elliott, Apprentice Jockey, Blinkers Off, Robert Johnston Connections, 30-1, no thanks. Gellhorn looks pretty good. And I do like, I got nothing against Katie Davis. I watched her on Netflix. She's a fascinating personality, really bright spirit, and a good jockey, but she is struggling right now. She's got 4 third place finishes in 16 starts, no seconds, no wins. And really, she's got 1 win in 45 turf starts. All that says, no thanks. I play the percentage, never raced on grass, just 1 race, Danny Gargan, no thanks. Now, this one is my sleeper, Panache. Coming off the shelf, Sherry DeVoe, Jose Ortiz. I love those connections. Had 3 inter-turf races at, and one of them was at Saratoga. This one right here, Jose was riding and was on the lead, almost nearly on the lead at the top of the stretch there, going 8.5 furlongs. So that kind of tells me that this could be a good distance. Beat by a neck and then closed it out third, chased inside. That's Love Sarive, pretty good horse. I think a lot of that horse. So pretty good looking chance for this one at 8-1. And so when it comes down to, and we'll go ahead and stop it there. She Wants War has the best post, and the GOAT Johnny Villa board. The rival, number 6, Girls Rock, looks good, and I'm going to use the sleeper, number 10, Panache. So that's 4, 6, and 10 for the final leg. So basically, what we're going to do is the first ticket you'll see is the one with singling the 2 chalks in the graded stakes races. So the leg 1, obviously, we're singling Farbridge, the 7, and then we're going to go the 1, the 3, the 4, the 8, 9, and 10 for leg 2. I know that's spreading because I'm doing it again the next race, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, and 10, that leg. Then you single the 1, and then we come back with the 4, 6, and 10 for leg 3. So the other 50-cent pick 5 ticket I like is 2, 5, 7 in leg 1. So I'm adding in the 2 and the 5. I believe that was El Razine and Web Slinger to that ticket. Then I chop leg 2 down to use just the 1, 3, and the 4. And then I chop leg 3 down and use the 3, 4, 5, and 10. So we're going 2 by 3 by 4. Then by 1, the number 1, we're still using She Feels Pretty, the same 4, 6, 10. So that's 1 by 6, or that's 1 by 3 by 4 by 1 by 3, which is a $54 ticket, the same as the 1 by 6 by 6 by 1 by 3. So I hope I didn't complicate things too much for anybody. I tried to put together something a little bit different, maybe try to get cute a little ways. We'll see what happens, but best of luck this weekend. Stay tuned, set the notifications, make sure you're subbed to the channel, all that good stuff, because we got tons of content coming next week. I got to get to cracking, so we'll see you soon.